Okay, hi, welcome everybody. Today we have the Q&A session for the advanced algorithms. And I'm so happy to have you all at different levels. I just did the supervisions for Neuro-Timing, and Carla is here. I want to see, Carla, did you watch my supervision by any chance?
Unfortunately, yes.
That's what I was afraid of. Okay.
I am not a stagnant person.
Right. Okay. But what was the impression from I got from this the drawing is very different from your normal drawings, usual drawings. It was.
I'm working on some things that are like I'm really not at liberty to say what I'm working on.
Sure.
Because I'm working with somebody else. Okay. So it's
just supporting.
It's a whole different kind of topic for me. Okay. And to try, when I started it, the Neuro-Timing, remember I had a really hard time figuring out where the heck I was going or what I needed to do. And then I forget what happened, but it came to me what I needed to do. The only issue that I have with my drawings right now is I need a lot more neural lines because I don't feel that there's enough neural lines on any of my drawings to get me to the spot where I need to be. And right now with everything going on, like I don't even know where to fit anything in at this time. So my drawing actually has to do with the book DNA and the Spirit. And that's where my Neuro-Timing is coming in, because you have to look beyond here, now, this second, and then you have to be able to Neuro-Timing, you have to put it into spaces. And I can't put my timing into spaces. It doesn't fit with me. It doesn't feel good with me. And no matter how many times I did the pictures and I tried to force myself to sit and plan things out and go la la la, you know, okay, I'm gonna like make money on this date, and on this date I'm going to buy a new house, and on this date, well, something might happen, but I'm not really sure what might happen. Does that make sense? Do you see where my brain is not going?
But, okay, then you don't have to do it by like this. You feel the emotions. So you feel the emotions around certain timing. You feel, even if there is an event, even if there is a day, for example, the end of the October is coming. And how do you want to feel at the end of October? It doesn't have to be particular. On Halloween, on October 31st, I will put on my costume and I will eat lots of candies, and this will make me happy. What is the, how do you want to feel? What do you want to be like? And it doesn't have to be particular event. It's the state that
the problem is right now dealing with someone who has cancer, and her schedule is something I have to schedule out. Her telephone rings, my name gets called 50 times a day. I don't know how to even begin to look at the future.
Yes, and that's another thing, Carla. You probably are not capable, not in a good position, not capable, you're capable, but probably not the best thing for you to do any of the future work and timing. You're probably better with catharsis or mandala.
I probably have to go back to catharsis, because I don't know which way, I don't know which end is up at this point in time. I just been taking it one day at a time and going as slow as I possibly can to keep myself sane, because this weekend, my dog hurt his leg, so I had to work on that, and she can't lift over 8 pounds. So I have to make sure that everything, absolutely everything gets done here. She's never learned how to cook, so I have to do all the cooking and cleaning and everything else. So I am feeling really stressed. So what I started off with Neuro-Timing and I ended with Neuro-Timing was appropriate at that time.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
It was appropriate for what I was working on as I was going through at that particular time. Then everything fell apart.
And that's just the next level time in your life. So the next stage is your life, and it's whenever you're dealing with what you're dealing is the best, just the basics, the 40 circles, mandala, like I said, the mandala balancing will be good if you can handle the colors, because there's a lot of colors and emotions there.
Mm-hmm.
If you can handle those, otherwise just catharsis and the 40 circles without a lot of different things.
It also occurs to me that our teachers aren't always as kind as we'd like them to be. And I'm not referring to you, Nat. I'm talking about life circumstances, Carla. And I was figuring, it is so ironic that you have all these heavy teachers in your environment teaching about the place of no time, because it's very clear that time is not making any sense. And then when going through this journey, we understand the nature of no time, and they kind of support each other in a very not pleasant way, but there is a congruence there that will probably make more sense in another month or so.
Yes, and I didn't think Nat was being mean.
I just had to be careful, because I'm not speaking one-on-one to a group, and it's like they could be seen as like, oh my gosh, she attacked our teacher. No, that wasn't it. Yeah.
No, because I wrote Nat privately to ask for help, and she sent me some breathing exercises, which I've been doing and working on. So I'm blessed with the teachers that I have, even all of you. I was
referring to nature and circumstance as the harsh teacher.
Yeah, it is, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I could never imagine Nat being mean. I am sorry.
Yeah.
That's not what you meant.
Yeah. I would say nature is a harsh mistress and a wonderful teacher.
Right.
Yes, it is.
It is not easy to live, but what was it? The suffering is optional.
I should put that up on the wall.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to suffer anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hang in there, Carla. You are doing great.
I am.
You've been like, this is the ultimate test for you. You've learned so much. You've been to all of these algorithms, and now you have to.
When the student is ready, the universe clobbers. Sometimes got you laughing.
You did.
Yeah.
Well, you're at the next level, Carla. Yeah.
I'm at some level, that's for sure. You're right.
When we get to those levels, we get tested, and then you have to be the master and change your thinking and the way you think so that you can accomplish that next level, because your thoughts are what bring life to you in a good way, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
I-
I
I-
for
You're good. I have the name of this chapter for you. It's called, quote, Leveling Up with Carla.
Oh my.
Carla's amazing.
I'll let you know how it goes.
We're counting on it.
You can do it, Carla.
I know. I have faith in myself now.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
You're even smiling now. I'm loving this.
yeah. You went through so many transformations this year that. Mm,
I've done a lot of crying, believe me, these last few days. Friends losing their children is extremely hard. It's
Yeah.
extremely hard. And
Yeah.
to support them through that process is really difficult,
I just heard about it.
especially when they're so uplifting and happy people and, you know, they lose something so precious in their life.
It is hard. So, yeah. Yeah. We need to cherish what we can when we can.
Absolutely. Every minute,
Every minute, Carla.
every minute.
Otherwise, we'll come back.
What?
And have another lesson.
That's me.
An attitude of gratitude goes a long way.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just listening to somebody explaining how the sound, the power of sound to heal, and that actually our nervous system is it is designed, our neurons are designed to integrate, not to integrate sound, but to work, not to work with sound, not to produce sound, but to
Recognize?
react to sound. And so, and thoughts are actually sound waves, apparently. So every thought is literally restructuring all the neurons, all the water that we have inside, and how important it is not to just think that we need to think positively, but literally everything to be positive thinking, because it's going straight into our cells, neurons, everything.
The body responds to your thoughts. When you think, the body responds to our thoughts. And
Yeah.
I have experienced that a lot,
Yeah.
all day long. Yep.
And I think that in the journey that we've had together, I have the part about the positive thinking, but connecting those to the emotions is so important. And also connecting them to the emotions so that I can get down below the surface, because I'm really, really good at creating shells. But my job right now is to peek through those. So it's more of an authentic experience and the energy flows as opposed to compensates. So it's the thought and the feeling in coherence, probably in coherence.
Yes, they are reflection of kind of, they are connected. I don't know exactly how thoughts and emotions, one is produced by the other and reflected somewhere in the body as well with chemicals. So everything is very much connected. You know that the matter is just condensed spirit. So everything is spirit, and then it just gets more dense until it comes to matter. So it is actually at some level just thoughts can affect it.
I mean,
Now,
we're
I was wondering that if maybe I should try to redo my neurotiming with what's going on right now and what needs actual timing.
You
I don't
can-
know.
Yeah,
Is that
you
a
can
good
try.
idea?
You can try, depends how you feel. If you really are struggling, I would not suggest you go to Neuro-Timing right now,
Okay.
because it requires a lot of potential energy. It requires resources. And if you are low in resources, you have the algorithm of releasing limitations. This algorithm will give you resources. The others will use the resources to build something in the future.
Okay.
So until you feel resourceful, energized, uplifted, then you go to those advanced algorithms.
Okay.
There's a teaching of 3, and it's been with me for so long I can't say where it came from. And you might just try it for you and see how it is or feels for you or works for you. But it's like that we are body and mind and emotion. And if our body and emotions are in agreement on something, our mind goes along with it. If our mind and our body's in agreement with something, our emotions reflect it, or, any combination of 2 outweighs the third. So you might look for what you have in balance, and let that carry, if you feel that that's positive, let that carry the other portion, the other part, as far as wholeness goes.
Thank you, Melba. And you reminded me about something very important, Carla. So in order to create a sickness in the body, this is German new medicine. In order to create sickness in the body, you need to have 3 events. Something that is unexpected, something that you cannot control, and something that you cannot share. Of course, negative. Some negative event that is unexpected, that you feel like it's out of your control and you cannot share. And those 3 need to happen. And then sickness is produced in the body. So if any one of those you don't have or can skip or can overcome, then you don't get the sickness. So Neurographica, once you put it on paper, once you write it down, you are sharing it. Even though there is not a person, but
Okay.
it's still a sharing.
Interesting.
You can post it on Facebook, you can record, even recording it, even writing it is already sharing. That's why so many teachers says just to do a journaling, to write it out. It is a way of sharing.
Sure.
And so keep on all the events that are happening, keep on drawing Neurographic. You don't have to draw the advanced, like I said, algorithms, but anything, even the 40 circles, just naming the things that have happened through the day, and will give you a sense of handling them and processing them, so they're not stuck somewhere unprocessed.
Okay. Well, I don't want to take up everybody's time.
This is rich. It's quite rich. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your
think
journey.
everybody will benefit. You're not taking everybody's time. Everybody will benefit. I need to sneeze.
We all have situations from time to time that throw us into a format of overwhelm. And hearing these conversations and knowing, the options of the different tools that we have to work with that is extremely beneficial.
Yes.
It is.
Yes. Mm.
Are all of you guys in the same class except for me? Am I the only, outlier here, Nat?
No, Donna and Cindy are not, and welcome. So let's hear from you guys. What classes, what algorithms are you doing?
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'm in algorithm 2, class 1.
Okay.
Okay, and let me tell you, Nat, wow. It took me days to listen to that whole class, that almost 2.5 hours of class, because it was so rich with information to process. Not only the rules and the alphabet and all that, but all of the other material that, you know, as Anna's drawing the drawing, she just keeps talking. And
Yes.
everything that comes out of her mouth is pearls and diamonds and sapphires and, you know, and so it's taking a lot in. I am only now creating my drawing for the homework. And I got your email today that basically said, Jill, where is your homework? Come on, submit. And I've just had an incredible, not even for a whole week, just the last 5 days, it has been super challenging, and I've had to process that. So now, but I mean, no surprise to any of you guys, doing a drawing processes it. But I was, anyway, it doesn't matter, all of my backstory.
No, it doesn't matter. Go ahead. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
It matters.
well, I was so, what was I? I was so drowning in my situation. Oh, a friend of mine had an essential person in her family suddenly die. So that was really hard. And of course, it keyed in losses that I've had. So I was feeling it I was so heavied out, as we all used to say, about all of it. And so I just needed, and I knew I needed to do a drawing, but I couldn't. I was so caught up in it. Yeah, there were a couple of times I started to sit down and do some roundings, make some shapes, draw the neural lines and round. And oh, God, all of you know what a difference that makes. It's magic.
Yeah.
Okay, so regarding the class though, Nat, I have a couple of specific questions.
Okay.
So, and I promise I will finish my drawing and submit it as soon as I can.
But don't worry. The reason I sent this email, it was to tell people about the Q&A, and was it very inappropriate to tell you that
No, I did not think it was inappropriate.
Okay.
And when I read it, I laughed and I said, Nat, I'm getting there. And today I'll tell you what happened.
Okay.
Which I have basically just done that. But I want to ask a question about my assignment. So we need to create a sentence, and you basically said try not to have more than 5 elements, 5 shapes, so that it was beautiful how no, I guess it was Anna. It was beautiful how Anna described why to keep the shapes limited down, you know, the 7 plus or minus 2. When she went into that, I thought, oh my God, now we're going to be doing algebra. I wonder if I can, but it was okay. It was okay. And the diagonals and, okay, back to the sentence. I wanted to be sure that I used the words to say what I wanted, so that I would have my sentence so that I could create the drawing to move towards that goal. Now, the first thing that came up was that what I wanted was to change somebody else.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And I said, in this case, my husband, I wanted him to be different. And I know that that's nuts. And I said to myself, no, Jill, forget that. What do you want to change in yourself? He's him. Let him go. Don't try to, all of that stuff. I know about all that stuff. So I finally came up with a sentence for myself. And so now I'm doing the homework and it's feeling really good. And just looking at the picture, it's right here. Just looking at it makes me feel better. As soon as I have the shapes on the paper, I went, okay. All right, so I just want to be sure that if I don't complete a drawing each week, it's okay for me to take however long it takes and then submit them when they're ready.
Absolutely, yes. We just recommended, this is just a suggestion to do one drawing a week, but it's not a requirement, and you will still get all your supervisions. Everything's going to be okay. It's not a race, and you cannot, the timing is very important for you to process things. You cannot hurry with those, as well as you nailed it. You cannot change other people. It's not what you do.
Well, I've been aware of that for a couple of decades now. So I know that, that's not a new thought. And I knew the whole time I was saying, well, if he would only, I had to laugh at myself right away because forget about it. No. Okay, so I got that part. Time, certain time. Okay, so yes, because I would like to do more than a drawing a week, but maybe not more than a homework a week, because while I'm processing the things that I need, that I want, I should say, I may need to do some other drawings on the side just to smooth me out.
Absolutely, yes, that's important. And whenever you have resistance, whenever you feel overwhelmed, whenever you feel that you need some smoothing out, do the catharsis on the side, definitely. You can do catharsis inside the shape, like if you draw your husband somewhere, like an irregular shape, you can do catharsis inside, just a small one, and smooth it out.
Well, that's funny. So in other words, for example, I could, yeah, listen up, you guys. So I could draw his A shape, and then I could take my pencil and go, as my catharsis, and then smooth it out.
Yes. Yes.
That's funny.
No, it's not funny. That's exactly, you are working on yourself. You have some emotional disagreements. Instead of getting the scissors and going to castrate your, or I'm sorry, not to reshape your husband. Just
Oh my God, what an idea. I never thought of that.
you just do it on the paper, do the catharsis and smooth it out. And then you see, you look after that at your husband and go, this man, how can
So once I get it smoothed out, I can just look at him and go, oh, okay, fine.
Yeah, like a little puppy. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't.
Well, yeah, right.
Or after a few of them, he may say, oh, I'm really blessed. I have this fantastic husband.
Well, I have always said, I've been married to him for 42 years, tomorrow, 42 years.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, yeah.
I guess. I have always said that he is my best teacher. He has been the best teacher because I have, by being associated with him, I have had to I have had to learn. I have had to open up my mind. I have had to examine myself and my motivations and all the rest of it. So he has been just about my greatest teacher.
Yeah.
So that's the upside of it.
And at the end, he may even change. You may not believe your ears one day or soon. He will say something that you would not be expecting from him.
Well, that would be, I think that would be fun.
Lovely.
Okay, but I get what you're saying, yes. And I've already had that happen actually with my first drawing in the basic course.
Mhm.
I focused on my relationship with him. And the next time I saw him, he was so different. I was like, oh my God, what do you know? This stuff really works. He's different. And of course, I had to laugh because I know it wasn't him, it was me.
Yeah.
I was perceiving him differently.
Well, no, actually, they reflect who you are, and
Of course.
the husbands reflect to us what we are transmitting. So you
Yeah.
change, they change, the mirror changes.
Of course. Isn't it wonderful?
Mm-hmm.
It is, it really is. Okay, well, thank you for all of that. I'm really enjoying my drawing. I love it. So
Good.
I'll finish it soon.
Yes, you're good student. Very good. I'm very happy. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
I love this. I love this stuff. And to hear you guys talk about even more advanced courses, I mean, everything that you are talking about now, since we sat down together a half an hour ago, is music to my ears because I've been exposed to it in my past, and it's just been a while. For some reason, I've been isolated. For some reason, I've isolated myself from mixing with people who are speaking this language, this esoteric language, if you will. And then also Neurographica on top of that. But you're talking about vibrations and the three things that, you know, come together to make you sick. And somebody else was talking about, it was you, Kate, you were talking about something just a while ago. And I went, oh yeah, that's right. It's just, this is wonderfulness. So I'm glad to be here with you guys, really glad.
Yes, well, you are absolutely ready, and I'm happy that you're with us. Melba, Kate, Carla, everybody are very, they are not metaphysical, but they know a lot. They know a lot.
Yeah. Well, that word kind of is what we all used to use to describe what we're talking about. I don't know what word is used these days, but okay, yeah, I know what you mean.
I say open.
Well, that's a good basic word, yeah. Because people either are or they're not, or they're on, you know, a range.
Or they're watching TV all day.
Well, yeah. Not me. Okay.
Thank you, Joe.
Hey, Jill, I love how you smile throughout the whole thing. I just gotta say that. Going through all this thing and this great big smile, and I'm like, yeah, go for it. Awesome presence.
Well, yeah, and that's how I am. That's not how I was yesterday. I wasn't smiling at all, but today I seem to have just come around since I've been working on my drawing. So thank you for that. I'm generally pretty happy.
Yeah.
I'm working on neurographic composition. I'm in class 3 now, and I just started the video. So I know what Jill is saying about it being a little complicated, and You have to take it in small bites, but I learned a long time ago, you can't eat the elephant all in one day. So I just have to take it in smaller bites. Sooner or later, the elephant will be gone. I seem to be doing okay. So I'm not gonna stress that one too much and look a gift horse in the mouth. So I'm just gonna keep moving the way I'm moving.
Good.
Yeah.
Very good. Love your hair. It's different this time, but
Oh, I got it cut finally.
uh-huh.
I needed it so bad. Thank you.
Looks great, and
Thank you.
I'm happy that you are enjoying the course.
So I I finished algorithm 2, and wow, there's so much amazing information. Anna is just like so filled with great instructions and amazing insights. And what I do is when I listen to her, I stop the video and I write every word down that she says. So it takes me about 3 to 4 hours to get through one video because I do not want to miss anything she says. And speaking about metaphysics, I'm extremely metaphysical. And that's what kind of drew me to this whole course. Listening to Anna speak, I went, oh my goodness, she's speaking my language. Whoa. And aside from the fact that I've been an artist for 30 years, I could feel the energy in all the work. Because I also am a healing touch practitioner and a breath worker, blah, 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 all these certifications. But anyway, I'm really immersed in the whole process. I love it. I really love it. I just wish I had a lot more time to do the extra, but I'm working on that. So one of the things that I've been a little confused about is the fixation. I know that's in the basic course, and I keep reading the definition of it. And I saw in one of I guess it was in this one, I don't know, one of Anna's. Oh, I think it was in our last class, in the live class, how she talked about the fixation, and it looked like the drawing she was referring to had a circle around all the colors in the drawing. And I was wondering if that's how you choose where to put the fixation.
Okay, let's step a little bit back. So I know fixation is kind of word first. When you hear fixation, you cannot put things together because you think that something that you are fixating on. It's not the same definition. It's they now use the word affixing. For me, it's better explained with anchoring. So you're looking for an anchor in your drawing.
Okay.
An anchoring term they use in NLP, the neuro-linguistic processing, where you go through a process. They also have like exercises, algorithms. You go through a process, and at the end you get to a new level and you do something. Usually they tell you touch your fingers, third or fourth or whatever, and you are repeating the same process over and over until you get to the realization with the fingers, some trigger. Fingers are your trigger. So the next time you want to get to this place, instead of going through all the steps, you just use the trigger to get to this place. So the same idea is with this fixation, a fixing anchor in Neurographica. We are building layers. So we start at some layer. If we take the basic user course, we start at with catharsis, which is the layer of where our consciousness is now. And then we build over, we transform it and go one layer above. We, instead of seeing the catharsis, we add more lines, we add more rounding, we create next level. And remember what Einstein said, that you cannot solve the problem at the level it is created. So you need to go one level up. So we go one level up, adding more neural lines, dissolving the catharsis. We go one level up, adding colors more. And so it's already not the catharsis where we started. It took us 2 levels up. Then we add field lines. It takes us to a whole new level. It creates, those field lines weren't even in the catharsis. We added them. They created new structure. It's completely new reality. It's new drawing. And then we look at this drawing. We are in a new state. We experience new state of being. And we look at this drawing and something is, we are drawn to something on this drawing. We want to remember it by something memorable, to create memorability. It can be a color somewhere. It can be several colors. It can be a shape. It can be several shapes. And in the basic user, we teach, specifically we teach to use circular, oval shapes, egg shapes, so that students accidentally do not use triangles. I'm emphasizing this to be ovals and circles and shapes, because if they haven't dissolved the catharsis very properly, they tend to use triangles. And I want them to go away, to move away from the catharsis, to really get this feeling of harmony with circles and ovals. That's why but emphasize those shapes, but they can be triangles or other shapes as well. And you will see later in other algorithms, even here with the neurocomposition, you can have a triangle for fixation or affixing. So it is possible, and you can have more than one. And sometimes it's very easy to see it. It is usually the last circle that you draw that is represent, when you drew this circle, you had the aha moment. It brought you the confirmation of your state. And sometimes it's not as easy to see. And so you can leave your drawing for a while and come back the next day, and then you may see the fixation or affixing. It may take time. Affixing or fixation also stops the process that you started with Neurographic. It kind of put a dot at the process, so you don't have to. Your mind is not working on this process. So when you started creating a sentence or creating what you want on the drawing, your mind also is saying, okay, that's what she wants. I'm going to get it to her, and starts working on it. And with fixation, you complete the process, like saying, okay, the universe, this is what I want, get it. I'm sending it out, and I'm not going to be worried about it anymore. It's your turn to worry and to get it done for me. So it also have this function, but sometimes we need time to get to this state. Sometimes we just need time to get comfortable, and that's why we can do the fixation the next day. It can be more than one, like I said, more than one, several circles. If you have done any of the Tatiana Yu, we have instructor Tatiana Yu. If you have done any of her classes, she always have this done of fixations, big fixations everywhere, fixations outside of the page, fixation. So it's possible
That-
to.
That was gonna bring up a question because she was talking about that. In our algorithm classes, we don't use we only seem to pick one fixation. And I was trying to ask her if we see more than one fixation, can we do that in the algorithm classes?
Yes, you can. You can, of course. You need to know what it is, what it represents to you. And they usually need to be connected, because I'm trying to avoid the mistake of people having two fixations that are opposite, creating opposite meanings. So one is, I want to have, I want to slim down and I want to have this chocolate. And that's opposite kind of, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe
Gotcha.
maybe you can somehow integrate them, but needs to be, the understanding needs to come, what are you doing?
Okay.
Donna, did I answer your question somehow?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I wrote down everything you said, and I'm going to reread it. And the fact that you said sometimes you don't see it until the next day or a couple days later, you go back, pick it up, and then you go, oh, that stands out. So that would kind of be it.
Yes, yes. Another thing that I see that people don't do is whenever they choose something to be a fixation, it still looks like it's broken in pieces. So they do the thicker line around it, but inside you can see different colors, like dividing it.
Right.
And it's always good to use one color on top to make it solid and make it clear. It's also a next level. So you are transforming this broken into pieces to get to the something solid and congruent. And it's good. It's good if you have highlighters for this, because you already would have several colors, and not to make it very dark. Fixation needs to be shiny, it needs to be bright and light. And that's why we use the darker around it to make everything darker. So this fixation will pop out, or using some highlighters inside, or depending on the colors. If you just have yellow and green and blue, you can just use yellow. Or if it's bright green or bright blue, you can just use it, but not making it too dark.
Okay.
So you want to blend the colors inside your fixation by covering them with a yellow. And I've heard you also in my last class suggest blue or green, different colors. How dark should the color that I'm covering over the other colors with, how should I try to, it's really not possible. Yeah.
So look at this. This is the fixation clearly, right? This is the fixation. You have some brightness here, but this is the seed, and it's darker, but it's not black, because I'm using all the other lines are not black. So here's another one. So I have two fixations. This is one fixation, and then this is another fixation here. So they are, I'm trying to, it may be helpful if I have some more darkness here, but because the lines are not black, this is okay. And there is a third fixation here. So this is one of Tatiana's. So here's one fixation going outside, and then one here and one here, but they're all creating one story. The the earth supporting me. This is the seed where it started. This is, I forgot already what was this. This was the plus. So awakening. I don't cannot read. So this is another fixation. And this I have when I started the smaller circle and then it grew to the larger one. It needs to have a little bit more color inside, so it looks more congruent. Otherwise, it doesn't, it looks like there is something else inside of it. So it may need other color.
Natalie, I've
Yes.
always thought of that step as an artist would refer to a wash of color.
Wash, yes.
It's translucent in the fact that you can still see the colors that were below it in the first place, but everything, it's like looking through like a blue lens or a red or a green lens,
Yeah.
depending on what color you're using on the surface.
Yes,
That's
yes.
that's a really good way to describe it,
Mhm.
like a lens or a wash.
I have a question. I did a drawing in my I think it was in my basic class, and it was all red. It was all red lines. And I think it was Tatiana who reviewed it. And she said, there's too many, I can't read through this. There's too many red lines.
Uh-huh.
I'm curious about the three drawings you just showed us with all the red lines. I'm like a little confused. I don't understand why those are red and why she couldn't read through my drawing that was all red.
Oh, Tatiana is very intuitive. We can go and ask her what she meant about your drawing, but she can read impressions from the drawing and maybe for the topic that you had, because with catharsis, so those drawings are not catharsis. Those are advanced different things. With catharsis, you are expressing something that is bothering you, some problem. And especially if there is anger involved, red is contributed to more anger.
Right.
So maybe that was the case.
That could very well be. Yeah.
We can definitely ask her.
I have another question.
Sure.
And, in the drawing, I've seen a couple times where Anna will do like a half circle on the edge of the paper, or maybe on a corner. And I want to know what that means.
Okay, Kate, Melba, can you answer this? I need to take the door and I'll be right back, okay?
The paper is not a limitation. So you can color outside the paper, so you have a full circle. It's just not limited to the paper. That would be my start, Melba. What would you say?
I would say that's it, Kate, that we're taught that as that neural line reaches the edge of the paper, it transcends the paper and continues. There's no limitation to that neural line that we draw. So that means that there's no limitation to anything that is occurring on the outside of our paper. So at any point in time, you could pick up a second sheet of paper and attach it right to that broken circle or partial element, and continue drawing the rest of it. That would be the continuation. The continuation of what you're doing is just occurring off your page.
I like to use the technique to represent the God force, because
Yes.
God force is unlimited. So it's on a part of my paper, but it goes on infinitely outside of it.
Infinity. Absolutely. And I've heard it referred to, those are God elements, those ones that are off our page.
Okay, thank you.
Kate, would you like to continue the class?
Well, I have a down to earth observation. I'm in rare form today. When when Nat said that the body is energy condensed.
Yeah.
I was laughing. I said, oh, right. The body is the Campbell soup of the soul. So thinking, I am just in rare form today. It's light though.
Okay, was it good? Did they answer you, Donna?
Yeah.
Good. Good job.
Our answer was congruent.
Good. Perfect.
Very good.
Very good. Very good. Okay. And we lost Cindy. Yeah. Okay. That's okay. Okay. Anything else? Are you brighter, smarter, and happier after the call?
Yes, very much so. Thank you.
Oh.
I enjoyed it a lot. I picked up some things that are really important and very helpful, pulling things together. Thank you.
Good.
And,
And
and,
like Einstein, we will stay with the problem longer.
and I will confess that my husband has been much happier and lighter over the last 2.5 weeks. So I guess something must be working really well. I told him today, I says, I don't know what it is and I appreciate it, but it's like he's being defined more by the joyous presence, which sometimes drives me crazy because we have different senses of humor, but I love seeing it and he's sparkling more often. So that's a pretty cool thing.
Fantastic. Yes.
So I'll take that in terms of reflection and reflection of our work together.
Yes. Sure.
That's very encouraging to me. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, we're only 32 years into it, but we work on learning all the time. And happy anniversary, Jill. I mean, when we haven't killed him and put ourselves into a prison, we're winning, you know.
Okay.
Big lessons.
So I've been married 54 years. I think I did.
Outstanding, outstanding.
Oh, you are beating all the records.
And my husband sits on, he gets up in the morning and he exercises, but he gets home and he is on the couch all day with headphones, watching TV on his little iPad. So I know, I'm doing my thing, so he's doing his thing, but I told him he cannot have the TV blasting through the house and echoing. It is not compatible to my light. So I now call him my headphone husband.
Oh,
That's his nickname, headphone husband. But he's a good man. He's a good guy. But having a retired husband is definitely different. So
Well, that's very nice of you.
yeah, he's been my life challenge too, Jill. So
We had a 2-year step down program or transition program from my husband to retire from his corporate position. And at the same time, we had one in our marriage. And we included humor, but I would look at him and say, but wait a minute, that means you're going to be in my house 24/7, and I need space. But we put things on the table and it was in advance of the event. I had him come up with a red list. I don't believe in bucket lists, but the red list is retired and extremely dangerous because I want to have an attitude to it. But it's a list of things that I could have him remind him to do so he's not bored, because I don't like him when he's bored. But we put it all on the table. So the marital transition plan was as important as the corporate one.
Yeah, that's really a good idea.
This is so.
my husband,
We need to do a Neurographica class for husbands.
yeah, I did tell my husband he had to do it, and he did do one drawing, but that
Oh, awesome. That's amazing.
was fun. So and he's a retired CPA. So
Oh, accountants are very good with Neurographica. Yeah.
Yeah, there.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Anna is, right?
And I am, and everybody who is the accountants are very creative people.
Oh,
They are.
what do you want the number to be, right? I remember that joke. Oh, this is good. I love laughter. This is beautiful.
Yes.
Great.
So I skipped, I'm not doing algorithm 3 yet because I wanted to do the gift of supervision. Because I wanted to learn the terminology more
Makes sense.
better. So the next one I'll do.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
You're still welcome to come and laugh with us if you want.
I'm amazed at how the supervision class is helping to put a magnifying glass on the work that I've done in the past.
Yep.
I spent some time updating this week, and it's like, I've been able to do it with Anna's coaching in terms of not being judgmental of myself, but seeing where it could be more effective. And so I'm using her talk from my self-talk as I continue to learn, and an exceptional class.
Yes.
Oh, I
agree.
I have one more question. I'm full of questions.
Good.
Do the classes, the previous classes that we've taken, like basic and algorithm 1, 2, blah, 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 are those in our account like forever or only a year or?
No, they're forever.
Oh,
And so you're welcome to see, like for the basic, whenever I do the live classes, you're welcome to come and revisit them.
oh, great.
For the advanced, I'm not doing live. Anna did them the first year and we recorded them. But who knows, if I ever do them live, then you're welcome to join.
Thank you.
For the membership program club, I'm thinking we used to do sharing circle, but this wasn't accepted widely as I thought it would be. So now I had the idea to do mastermind group. And so I don't know exactly how to do it, but I guess we need to be working on a topic for mastermind. Has anybody done mastermind group?
The term is used so much everywhere in marketing that it's hard for me to isolate.
Yeah, agreed. What does it mean to you?
Yeah.
What should it mean to us if you use it?
So yeah, I think the question might be, what the user question, what is it that you would like to accomplish as a group? And would a common topic be helpful?
My goal is to help participants to
Exactly.
process what was given through the month in the classes for the month, so they can discuss and get the benefits and share what. Again, I'm using share, but it's already mastermind. So, but everybody will be doing on different kind of. The topic is one, but it's everybody has different twist on them. So,
But then
What
putting
if-
us together in a group would make sense. Because right now we're doing them isolated through the month.
mhm.
And then when we come together as a group, we talk about what we each explore, because I think we play off of each other real well, but it depends on how intimate the group is. Because if you start getting 100 people a month and stuff like that, it'll be less manageable. Melba?
A what if, but a what if is that we do have the live drawing the first of the month, and then we have our membership sharing toward the end of the month. And if the sharing were, gave us 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever, to finish our drawing from live class and absorb that, maybe that could be what was considered in the sharing.
So it's kind of like a live supervision.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
Live question and answer. Yeah, I was stumped on this part, or I learned this or that, or does anybody have a solution for whatever, or, kind of mastermind everybody and pull together. Yeah, maybe well, there are a lot of possibilities. It could be an extension of a supervision that the group, no, you've already poo-pooed that one, Natalie, excuse me.
Yeah.
No, you didn't poo-poo it, Anna did. Anna says it's not good to have a supervision done by your peers. So we will avoid a supervision done by peers,
Okay.
obviously.
Okay.
But
Yes.
I think
Okay,
that the
thank you.
topic that we were given as a live drawing for the month could come under discussion.
Mhm.
I think that would be really beneficial, because so many of the ones that we've done, it's like we kind of leave them hanging.
Yes.
And
There's no follow-up, yeah.
yeah, and it's like we don't have really a whole lot of engagement with it with the Telegram and the Facebook group. And I think that the the regular chats would give us an opportunity to take those to a higher level through the sharing. And so I'm going to embrace your sharing word.
Yeah. Okay, let's try that. It's on the 22nd, and anybody is welcome. I'm going to keep it open. So if you feel like having to share experiences or ask questions or do discussion on something. It was the last live was about repose in the water. Repose in water, and we have for October we have pre-recorded leaves, falling leaves, about letting go of things that don't serve us, and the other one is for Halloween costume, which is also what do you want to be, who do you want to be in life, who do you want to embody. It's not about the mask, but it's embodiment of something that you want to integrate. So those are all, I think.
That's my goal.
What is it? Yeah.
I want to be her.
What is that?
She,
It's a picture that a friend of mine did a collage, but I just think that she's awesome. She's been around the block more than once. You can see that in her face. Her arms are crossed and she kind of has this knowing glance on her that I just get the biggest kick out of her. I keep her here on my desk.
Oh,
She just looks like a really wise woman.
okay. Yes. So yes, something that you want to embody. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for the suggestions and for your questions, and have a wonderful week. Take your time with the drawings. Wednesday is Anna's class number 2.
Yeah.
And then
3 hours.
well,
3-hour class.
She warned us. She says it's going to be 3 hours for the next class or 2. So
yeah.
just beware.
I have to set the time before I schedule the Zoom. And I asked her, should I schedule for 2 hours? She said, okay, let's do 2:15. And I did it for 3 hours.
Good.
Just in case.
You nailed it.
Yep. Good girl.
She went off 3 hours. Okay.
Yeah. It was so valuable. It just, yeah.
It was
But-
wonderful.
Yeah. I mean, when I started with Neurographica, it was a big deal. I go downstairs and talk to my husband. I can't believe I sat for 2 hours because I'm always up and down and up and down and up and down. And last week I just 3 hours and 15 minutes. And he's laughing.
Okay, Kate, you may be ready for 4 hours now.
That wasn't what we were going for, but
Okay, it's just going to take a little more.
oh, thank you for doing that. Where is that recording? Because I wanted to listen to it because I was doing my this weekend. I wanted to make sure I was doing it right.
It's the
It's NeuroGoal.
Yeah.
Which, you know which one?
Isn't it the last one?
Is it the last one? I don't know. I have to look. I don't remember.
It must be the last because I've only been doing it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I was laughing. So I was going for it. I looked at the clock. Oh my gosh, a minute and a half.
Oh yeah, here, I'll tell you. I think it was a good time.